There. Now, we are at the historic home of a motherfucker named Paul Bolden, who was a World War II Medal of Honor recipient, who then went utterly fucking insane and built his house on top of a burial mound on Hobbs Island. And that's what this video is going to be about, since there ain't one on YouTube that I know of. But this is a very large mound to me, and his chimney still remains right on top to keep him safe from the floods here. And I believe Paul is buried in Moon Cemetery off of Cave Springs Road. This is all that is left of his house that was here in the 1930s, I heard, by a man named Charles Cataldo. Told me that one evening. And since I've been here, it's been about 20 years, and you can see it's been desecrated, dug up. That's my bag. Here's a very large, what would you call that, grave rob. These are modern day grave robbers that are digging into this mound here at the west end of Hobbs Island, and that cooler's been there for about 20 years. But anywho, I tried to get someone to come out here with me to make this video with me, and well, all of them were just too yellow. They didn't think it was all that fun to go to a cemetery, or a burial mound, or whatever we're calling it today, but it's a mass grave. It's a mass fucking grave. And this overlooks the Tennessee River. I can just barely catch a glimpse of the water through the trees over there. I didn't know I was that close to it, but it's probably my third or fourth visit to this island, to this mound in my life. I've lived about a half mile from it most of my life, and it's only accessible by boat. Anywho, there's reputed to be, I think, around 3 Indian mounds in Huntsville, Alabama, but this one, I think, is the most spectacular, because I haven't seen the other 2 yet, but hopefully there'll be videos about them too, since nobody is going to grow some balls and come with me. It's really not that spooky. I crept in here before dawn at the wee hours of the morning. It was still pitch black outside. I had to hike about, I don't know, a mile from the other end of this island to get to where I am now. But this is a really cool place, and I think the island's for sale right now. I'm not sure. I just see things like this and kind of get the feeling that they won't be here much longer, or I won't, or both. But there's a lot to see on this here island. It's kind of cool. If you like history, and you like facts, and you like mounds and mound builders, this is a place for you. But I speculate that this technology was borrowed from the mound builders by the Native Americans, and that the Native Americans used these predominantly for burial practices, but the mound builders, from what I've read, used theirs for elaborate ceremonies, human sacrifices, and some strange manner of sorcery. But that's all in the newspapers of the 1900s if you want to go check it out. Don't ask the Smithsonian. I think they still live in their own fantasy world. When I was in D.C., I walked past the Smithsonian like my shit smelled like a spring rain, because their version of history is plays like an episode of Buck Rogers or Star Trek or some kind of fantasy that's not true, because that's essentially what they like to tell people. Lies. Dump skeletons into the ocean. Let's tell people lies, even though there's hundreds of newspaper articles documenting the fact by all these different individuals in these different places and these different mounds. But we can make up our own version of history, because we're the Smithsonian Mental Institute. Cocksuckers. I mean, really. I've got 2 legs. Here's your history. And I'm going to make a part 2 of this video. Same mound, just because it's big and I'm little. And YouTube doesn't have one, I don't think. I was looking on YouTube before Halloween for some spooky shit and expected to see something about this place. But I guess it's just us backwoods rednecks that care about history anymore. I think the others care about looting graves and digging artifacts. But anyhow, not going to make this video too long. I just wanted to document some facts so that they're out there, and that way, if there's still bombarded by the Smithsonian Mental Institute's fantasy world, then they'll have one drop of truth in a world of lies, just like the rest of this big blue ball of shit that we live on. And we can make up our own minds and pretend for a second that we are all adults who make our own decisions, and that the Smithsonian's not our daddy. Anywho, I'm gonna go down yonder where it looks more like a downright cemetery and turn it back on. So, but how do you turn this damn thing off? Still recording. Fuck this goddamn piece of fucking shit.